Right, Twain and the girls are starting in the hill.
Nikki, Di, Jess, Shannon, and Jess again.
Hey guys, Amanda and Emma here from Train with the Girls, and today we are going to give you our hot 5 tips to keep in mind when you are dieting. So I'm going to kick it off with number 1 because this is probably my favorite / biggest tip. Is it is not the last melon. And I'm hoping some of you girls got that, because if you did, you might kind of get out. But basically, when you start getting cravings, so we'll use the melon as an example, or pizza, you wrap into your brain basically that you have to have it, you want it really bad, but remembering that that is not the last pizza. Once you've finished your diet phase and you're sitting more in a maintenance phase and you've got a little bit more flexibility, it's still going to be there. You can still get that pizza. It is not the last pizza on the face of the earth, or donut or chocolate or whatever it is you're craving. It is still going to be there when you've finished your diet.
Yeah, 100%. And our second tip, or did you have any more you want to say on that?
No.
No, cool. Our second tip is volume eating. So if this isn't something you've heard of before, it's where you make sure you incorporate foods that are lower calorie and you can eat a larger amount of for low calories to fill you up. So when you're eating food, making sure you're incorporating those things. For example, you might plan whatever meal you're having for dinner, but then chuck in like a bunch of beans or some zucchini or like
spinach.
Yeah, for lunch today.
Cucumber.
For lunch today, I had like mince and beans, and I'd already pre-prepped it. And then when I looked at it, I was like, man, I'm so hungry. I feel like I can eat more. And I had a bag of salad in the fridge, so I literally just stirred in some salad.
I wondered what you were doing.
Yeah, just to like, not like because I've never even done that before, and it actually tasted quite good. But I just did it because it would like fill me up a little bit more, make the meal a bit bigger, it would last a bit longer.
I do the same thing with spinach. So I jack my salads full of spinach. So you've just turned a meal that was this big into a meal that was this big.
Yeah.
And then it's going to make you feel fuller while you're eating it, not to mention the satisfaction, I guess, of eating for longer because you've got more volume there. So being mindful of those foods. And when we say volume foods, it's foods with very, very low macro values where you can eat a lot for less.
Yeah, definitely. So number 3 is incorporating foods that you enjoy. So that means that's why counting your macros is very beneficial, because you're able to choose the foods you're having. And if you are sort of craving some foods, you can try and fit them in. But it means that if you don't like chicken and broccoli, you never have to eat chicken and broccoli. Plan to prep foods that you like the taste of, food that you're going to look forward to eating. Don't force yourself to eat anything you don't like.
Yeah. Agreed, because at least if you're enjoying the foods that you're eating, it's going to be a lot easier for you to adhere to sticking to your macros, because you don't even feel like you're on a diet.
100%.
And number 4, drink enough water. Half the time, I shouldn't say half the time, but it is a lot of the time when you start feeling hungry, you're actually dehydrated. So drinking enough water, making sure you're drinking 3+ liters a day is really... Got mine right next to me. It's really going to help curb that hunger because you're not going to be dehydrated. Yep. There is a bazillion benefits of drinking enough water, and that is literally one of them. Another is, before you sit down and eat a big meal, is drinking water first. So you're putting a little bit in your stomach and taking the edge off that crazed hunger. I'm going to say crazed because you get to that point where you just want to open the pantry and just go like this, and that's not good for anybody. So making sure you're keeping your water intake up and having water before you're sitting down and having meals.
Yeah. And the last one is being aware of your mindset.
So everyone raise your hand if you've ever emotionally ate before.
Yes.
I'm not speaking to males, but most females are guilty of being sad or being upset and then eating ice cream and chocolate to make themselves feel better, which, don't get me wrong, sometimes it is necessary and sometimes it's a thing, and do not beat yourself up over it. However, being mindful of why you're eating. Are you eating because you're hungry? Or are you eating because you're bored or because you're upset? And I think when we're in those different headspaces, we also tend to make poorer food choices as well. So definitely being aware of your mindset when you're eating and making sure you are eating for the right reasons. And to help combat that, Emma has actually made up this form, and we'll actually pop it in the link below and give it to you guys for free. We give it to our girls to make up, but it is basically, tell them what your form is.
It's just a list of, there's 10 numbers. It's number 1 down to 10, and it's called things that make you feel great. So on this list, you're listing things that make you feel good. For instance, for me, sitting down after dinner or before bed, having like just like a fruity tea and reading a book, for me, that makes me feel so good and fulfilled. Even going for a shower and just doing all these pampering things where you wash your hair and you shave your legs and you wash your face, and then afterwards you like might put on like some eye patches or a face
I was
mask.
about to say eye patches and my jam.
Yes.
I love eye patches.
And like that just makes you feel good. So whatever that may be for you, whether it's going and lying on the beach and having a coffee, if you are really struggling and you just want to give in to eating all the foods,
resort to your feel-good list.
yes.
Having your feel-good list as a go-to to resort to rather than going to the pantry, go to your list.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's our 5 tips for dieting today. I mean, there's plenty of other tips. If this is a video you enjoy, let us know, and we can do more tips because there's honestly so many.
So many.
Yeah.
Alright, good chatting to you guys.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys in the next one, and
Peace out.
bye.
Don't let me down.